Welcome to episode 9. In this episode, I want to talk about my mistakes, my successes so far, and what I've learned, as well as my plan looking forward. I've made a lot of mistakes. I'm trying to be transparent here. This is not just for me, it's also for people who are trying to learn, and I want to demonstrate that everyone makes mistakes, and I'm not very good at this naturally. It's because of the strategies, the systems, and the basically the back testing and all the math that other people have done. And so if I have any success, it's because of things that have nothing to do with me, which means you can also do them. All right, so mistakes I've made, just stupid things, losing hundreds of dollars, making short-term trades on predicting things like Tesla. Another one was Apple. I assumed it would go up. It did not. And I lost a lot of money on that. So this was all before Iron Condors. Now, since then, I've made other mistakes, mainly out of panic. Panicking and trying to short the market, trying to create or make money back, and then ending up losing more money or making no money. All of those mistakes have one thing in common. They were quantity over quality. And so the successes I've had are the quality over quantity ideas, such as the wide long-term Iron Condors. And the new addition to the Iron chain, or the Iron strategy that I'm using, is the Ironfly, or the Iron Butterfly. That's short-term, but it's very wide. It has to be very wide. I've been doing it not even that wide, and it's still been quite successful. It got me hundreds of dollars, I think it was last week. But going forward, I've learned how to do that better now, and I can see, actually, if I make it even wider, I get almost no downside. It's very hard to lose on those. But you could also make not that much, and that's okay, because as long as you're not losing, you're winning. So how was I able to take my portfolio up a couple $100, in spite of obviously not having a lot of money and, not having a lot of time? The main strategy is the Iron Condors, selling deltas 16 to 30. So 25 is kind of the average. And they're very wide. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to do $10 wide wings. This is a static Iron Condor version, so you can be a little more dynamic and just sell the same delta, like 10 delta or 15 delta or even 5 delta, but that's going to be a lot of cost to open. So I try to do $5 to $10 wide just to keep it simple, and that way you're not spending a ton of money, but you are mitigating your risk. And then after you have created a chain of positions, small positions relatively, 5 to 10% of your total cash. Once you make a chain of these, every so often they're going to, or every week actually, or even every day, depending on how many you make per week and how much money you have to create these smaller positions, you can start having maturing long-term Iron Condors for, $100, $200, usually less than that, but you're going to be cashing in money every single day. Now, one lesson I've learned that I did not realize at all was that you should keep cash. So around 50 to 70% liquid, just in case. Now, I'm kind of using a lot more money. So I'm only like, 20% in cash, just in case. But anyway, the point is, don't use all your cash to make open positions because you're going to get in trouble. Especially if you're also doing the dragon on the side, where you're making a dividend growth portfolio, which I am doing, then you're investing hundreds of dollars every single week. And every single month, really. Actually, it's not every week. But you're putting in a certain amount of money every month, and so you really have to keep your cash to invest, also to buy yourself out of bad positions. All right. So the plan looking forward is to keep these 45 days to expiration Iron Condors. As you can see here, these bottom ones from here on down are my chain of 45 days to expiration, bigger, wider, better Iron Condors. But after that, above that, these are my short-term positions, most of which are just not that great. This Palantir position is a bust. Likely will be a loss. Palantir dropped below. It just wasn't wide enough. Also, Palantir, probably not going to keep doing that. This one's pretty good. This was still in range, but you see 1820, that 20, it's coming down. So I'm going to close all these on Monday as soon as possible. This one's kind of a bust. It's right on the edge. You can see SPI trading right on the bottom. And then Iron Condors, really, this top one is an Iron Condor. It's a short term. It's not much profit there. And I'm not going to really, the risk is too high. It's not really worth doing in the short term. So I'm abandoning Iron Condors in the short term, but the Ironflys, on the other hand, I'm going to keep going. So let me show you how to do an Ironfly that's wide. I'm going to do 15 wide here. And just to show you 3 days to expiration, 1, 2, 3. That's 3 days, which means you can close it after 1.5 days, give or take. So the risk is much more mitigated because it's so short. And because it's so short, you can afford to spend more money on it to make it safer, which is what the width does. It means you're putting in more money to make it wider. So here we're hitting that 50 delta. Let me show you the 50 delta, and that way you can know directionally which one you're buying. So you come on up, it's 15 up from that 21, and then 21 minus 15, you're looking for that 6 right there. So as you can see, it's a lot wider, even though there's a lot of max loss. So you're paying 770. You have a lot of room on either side. So do we really think it's going to go that far in one day? It might, but you're still in the money. You know, it dropped 6 points. We're still good. Are you going to get the max out of it? No, but in one day, you're managing it. So short-term positions, this is just dominant. That's what got me a couple hundred last week. And if I can systematically do this and fine-tune it, you know, anyone can make money with this. Hundreds of dollars a week. And then once you grow your portfolio, thousands of dollars. That's the hope. That's the dream, that we can all make hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars, starting with, I don't know, $1,000, $2,000. So going to clear out all these bad positions, experimenting, figuring it out. I know there's a lot of people who backtest these things. I did not want to just do that. I wanted to figure it out on my own and actually do it. I'll remember it better and own it. So, yeah, here we are sitting at 45.87 and growing. So I hope you're doing great. I hope you understand, you know, the grind. And for all those out there trying to make a side income without having to do a ton of hustle, here's to you. Peace. Keep it up. Keep it real.